Oh my God.
Okay then. This an anthem right here.
And it's nice that she foreign. If it ain't foreign, I promise it's boring. Walking to the late night, right back in the morning. Need an umbrella, cause that little pussy pouring.
Skirt, skirt.
And I'm whipping in that foreign car. And everybody say they love me. Nah, cause they know that I'm gonna be a star. They was looking for a big change. They switched lanes. She the teacher, I'm the student though. She gave me brain surgical like I'm a doctor. Nah, and this bitch like we a mobster. Hey, pull up to the crib in this bitch every weekend. Watch out for the leeches, so we still playing defense. Shorty got her ass like emojis, the peaches.
Okay then. Okay. Yeah.
Hey. Standing on the side, cause I feel so alive now. Took a trip to Mars, and I'm sure that I can't fly down. High grounds, up with the stars, I can't lie now. Hey.
Okay.
Okay,
That's
then.
what I like to see now. Slickboynae in the building, man. Changing the
Yeah.
youth, hottest podcast. Welcome to the
Yes,
city.
sir. Yes, sir.
Good to have you, man. Nah, you're not even like in Florida right now. You just stopped by just for us.
Yeah, bro. I
Yeah,
had to, you feel me?
that's love. That's love. Slickboynae. Where you from, big bro?
I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, originally born and raised.
Okay,
I moved to Palm Beach 2017.
okay. Move around.
Yeah.
All right. Baltimore.
This one I'm permanently at though.
Yeah. Okay. How long you was in Baltimore for?
I was in Baltimore from till I was born all the way up until 2017. So 2000 until 2017.
That's your hometown. That's
Yeah.
home team right there.
Yeah, it's crazy because I don't sound like nobody from down here. That's why I know I'm different.
Yeah. Nah, I already peep off rip. You don't. You kind of don't dress like nobody down here. Either,
I know.
You know.
I know.
We could smell an outsider. We could peep an outsider
Yo,
anytime.
just saying it's too hot.
Yeah, he came here complaining about everything. He complaining about everything. It's too hot. He took his shirt off outside. He's ready to go.
Shit, boy, my ass is sweating.
How is Baltimore though? Like how would you describe Baltimore for those of us like myself that's never been?
I would describe it as like a very rigid place, like
Get a little closer.
it's like a very rigid place, like you kinda in survival mode all the time, like
Yeah.
that's the trenches, as they say about the hood. That's the trenches. You know, it's top 5 in the country for murder rates. Like it's a war zone up there.
Yeah.
I love my city, man, but like that's a hard place to get out of, and I'm just proud that I was able to be fortunate enough to get out of that space, because
Yeah.
it's hard. Like it's a bunch of people up there with the crabs in the bucket mentality,
Yeah.
where nobody don't want to see you succeed, and the moment they do, they want to pull you back down. And so when I was writing music up there, but I never exposed it because like somebody's just gonna try to pull me down.
Yeah.
And when I moved to Florida, it was just a whole different space, like just a whole different space in the aspects of like I saw people that was showing love, and that's not what I'm used to. Like I'm used to people just hating,
Yeah.
like just very toxic and
Misery love company.
yeah,
type of vibes.
it's
Yeah.
crazy because like I remember I was shooting a music video down here like 2 years ago. I was on the rooftop of this parking lot, and some random black dude just pulled up, tenant car, 4 dudes front and the back, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and they just pulled up, skirt, yo, I shooting a music video, and I'm like, yeah, and Baltimore came out of me when I seen that.
Yeah, you can't
because
just-
I was ready. I was like, bro, if y'all want to do something, we could do something. But like,
Yeah.
I didn't expose that. I kind of just said yeah, and they was like, shit, do your thing, bro, and then just drove off. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's crazy.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
like in my hood where I'm from, you do something like that, somebody pull up on you, they probably gonna shoot you. They gonna rob you. So it was like that dynamic of that change. It opened my eyes to see that like, you can be yourself in a different environment. You don't always have to be on survival mode. And that's where like when I came down here, I really opened up.
Yeah.
And that just helped me, open up, because I was kind of like in a shell when I first got down here, because I was still on survival mode from Baltimore. And I started meeting a whole bunch of great people, and it opened me up.
Yeah. Your environment, you never really realized just how much of an impact and imprint he has on
Yeah.
your outlook in life. So I'm sure it was a challenge. Florida got some places too that be like
Seagrass.
that. Everywhere got their thing. And my
Yeah.
problem is we glorify the negativity of where we
Yeah.
come from. People, they don't want to admit it, but when you get those lists come out with the top 5, top 10
Yeah.
worst cities, people want their city to be on there.
It's not.
They brag about like, yeah, my city bad. We top 5. We be killing down here, like,
Man.
but it's a very bad mental space to be in.
Yeah, man. That's crazy because like I've met people that's from the suburbs and they want to be here, and I'm like, this is how you want to grow up. You want to be ignorant. You want to portray yourself this way. When you grew up in a nice space, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, from me coming from that space, I always wanted to grow up in a nice environment. I always wanted to know what it feel like to have, everything intact and, being carefree, not worrying about, watching my back 24/7.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, some of these kids are trying to act hood. They're trying to portray themselves this way. And I'm just like, bro, you have no idea what it's actually like. And you trying to, portray yourself this way. Like, it's only going to get you hurt.
Yeah.
I actually lost a kid to that because he was trying to, portray himself this way. And
You're inviting that into your life.
you invited into his life and he lost it because of it. You know, it's crazy, but that's just how the world is now. Like we so entrapped by ignorance. And as an artist, like I rap about pain and stuff that people can feel, but I also want to open eyes to a lot of positivity and stuff. Cause like there's a lot of rappers that's just they talking about drugs, Molly. Like I guarantee you, most of them not even doing it. You know what I mean? Like one thing I don't do is cap in my raps. I would never talk about pulling a gun on somebody. I've never done it. I would never talking about popping a perk. I've never done it. I'm gonna keep it straight facts. And if I am talking about some shit that I haven't done before, I'm manifesting it, and it's always something good. It's never gonna be me, talking about stabbing somebody, shoot like.
Yeah, and words are powerful, and as a music artist, you use them every day. Every day you talking and manifesting with whether you know it or not, and you bringing a lot of negativity into your life whenever you talk about these things. Now, there's an artistic way to tell a story and to talk about your struggles, but to actually make it something to be proud of and talk about it every day and portray this lifestyle as the primary way to live, like that's really not a good thing to do. It's not good for yourself and it's not good for the people who look up to you. So, I think as an artist you have responsibility and especially in hard times, you have a responsibility to tell stories and speak for the times.
Yeah.
So did you grow up by yourself? You got siblings? How was it actually like your childhood?
Most of my life I grew up, on my own with my dad.
Okay.
Halfway through my life, my baby sister came through, and she's a half baby sister. She's not like full, so that's just it. I grew up with my aunts. They're kind of like my sisters, but most of my life it was just me. If you're talking in terms of siblings, I don't really have any but a half sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, just both parents?
Nah, so my mom, she was deceased since I was 3 years old, and I've been back and forth to my grandmother's house with my dad and her. Yeah. Mostly my grandmother's house though.
All this in Baltimore?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So how was the early years of like school and stuff like that? How was that environment like?
Man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Are you talking about high school or?
Well, let's talk about let's talk about like middle school, elementary, stuff like that.
Bro, we was wild, bro.
Yeah.
Bro. We were so wild, fam. Like, it's crazy what we were doing at a young age. Now that I realize, like, we was doing something. And I'm glad I'm mature and I grew out of that shit. And, I saw more than just Baltimore.
Yeah.
And I thank God for that because, like, if it wasn't for God, bro, I don't know where I would be right now. I'd probably be deader in jail, bro.
Absolutely.
But in terms of like school, I remember elementary school, like we would like have these games where it would provoke you and it would piss you off and then we would get into a fight. But that was just the culture of how we played the game. For example, like we would put this up, right? And if you looked at it, we called it swirls or whatever.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah.
That's universal. Come on, guy. We know that.
And like if you got caught doing this, but the twist to it, I don't know, I don't think y'all did this, but this is what we did in elementary school. Like if you got caught with it and you look, they winding your head up this way and going that way. It's crazy that sounds because you could kill somebody doing that.
Yeah,
but this is what we did as kids.
Wildin'.
Yeah, y'all
Yeah,
tweaking.
bro.
Y'all tweaking out. Let me tell y'all right now in Baltimore, y'all tweaking, baby.
Bro.
Waking.
And
Y'all need to stop.
middle school, like it was just like we grew up at a young age. Like we was doing shit we was not supposed to be doing. Like, bruh, like
Well, in middle school,
bruh,
and it's kind of crazy to think, but in middle school, and you know, I grew up in a similar middle school to where we was pretty. I don't even know if I'm gonna call it mature, but we were beyond our times.
yeah.
People, a lot of people got pregnant in middle school.
Yeah, I know some chicks that got pregnant in middle school, and you know they try to come around. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
And not to twist it on the ladies, like everybody just wilding out in middle school, like you know.
But I think in you know, like they say, beauty in the struggle, right? There's some good in that. Like one of my best friends I grew up with, like she grew up fast, but now she's at this age in her 20s where she just like grinding hard.
Yeah.
Like, she ain't focused on parties. Like she just hustling, like.
Yeah.
And I just see her post stuff on Instagram. Like I grew up like I was out at a young age. I was doing this, being fast, and now she just at a stage where she just relentless. Like she kind of passed that stage where she was partying and shit, and now she just in her 20s just grinding. So like there is some good you can get out of that. Cause I can say for myself, like growing up at a younger age, like it definitely opens your eyes up to a lot more stuff, and you a lot more mature when it comes to situations.
Okay, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I could definitely agree to that. If you want, we could move this mic to the side and push it up more so you could you could be comfortable. I don't want you sitting up the whole time. So, yeah, just move it on to the side. Like that. And then pull this forward so that if you gotta lean back.
I can't hear.
All right, is that's straight, right?
Move that closer and move the mic closer.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
And then you can pull that a lot closer too.
Yeah, you could bring the actual everything towards you.
Should have.
All the way to the end. No, by the mic. Look by the mic.
Like this?
No, the screw one by the mic.
This one?
By the mic. Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
there we go.
All right. Yeah, that's a lot better.
Yeah, I don't want you to be up, seeing up like that the whole interview.
I'm all uptight and shit.
Yeah, I want you to kick back. Somebody got some drugs.
You
For this man right here.
Right? You could hear me? You could hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you good.
Yeah.
It's just that I can't hear anything in the headset.
Okay. Yeah. We're gonna bring the alcohol and everything like that, so you could. All right. Yeah, middle school is a tough time. Middle school is a very tough time. And,
Yeah.
And yeah, like you were talking about with that young lady, it does make you grow up fast. It is a reality check, growing up in the struggle. So high school, what was that about? Because if y'all was wilding in middle school, I know y'all was twigging in high school.
Oh, bro.
I know y'all was
Bruh.
twigging.
In high school, like, so this was the environment in high school, right? Like, so, and this is the crazy thing. When I moved to Florida, I met, oh, shit. It's like leaning, like falling.
Yeah.
Switch it like this, like turn it so that the wheel, the other way. And turn this way. The other one. Oh, let me see. That one might be a little more sturdy.
Yeah.
That's a little sturdy too. Yeah.
All right, there you go.
There you go.
All right. How do you keep this shit like stop moving?
You might have to twist that little tip right there. Yeah.
The one closer to the mic.
Oh, you get. Nah, that shit still falling.
Yeah, go ahead and do it. Fix that up.
You gotta fix that up for you.
We'll get you right. I'm gonna get you right. I'm gonna keep all this in the interview too.
Fuck it. Trial and error, man.
It's gonna be a whole clip of us just fixing them up.
Shit. I'm moving about to touch my head like I got the headset on.
Yeah, it's gonna be mad bloopers. I love my bloopers.
Yeah, bro. That's the funny part of filming.
Yeah, man.
Dude.
I checked the mic, the headset. The headset is plugged in, but I don't know.
Oh, you're not hearing yourself? That's kind of weird. Were you hearing yourself before?
Can you
That's
just
why I was asking you if you could hear me. Yeah.
can you hear yourself?
Boom. Yeah. I mean, if you could hear me, that's cool.
I could hear you.
y'all
I could
when
hear
you
you.
talk.
You
I
good.
just can't
I
hear
can
y'all
hear you.
if I had the headset on. We get that. We get that. I do it later.
Okay. All right. Maybe something on the, I don't know, if it's not on the board, and it's all good.
Yeah.
All right. We're in high school, man. Walk us through it, man. High school in high school in Baltimore. We're not just in any high school. We're in high school
Baltimore.
in Baltimore, man.
Y'all even said how I used to say it. That's weird, bro. What the fuck? Y'all say Baltimore. That's how I used to say it when I first got down here. Now I say Baltimore.
What now you say it like we said?
Yeah, y'all say Baltimore. That's how I used to say. That's how everybody.
That's how
up
it's
there
supposed
say
to
it.
be said.
That's
huh?
how it's supposed to
Yeah.
be said. Yeah. But
Walk us through that. Damn.
so it's crazy. Like in high school up there, like it's just like the hood, you know, like survival mode. Like if you're not respected, like you gonna get picked on. Like you gonna get picked on. They gonna see what you like. They gonna fill you out. And if you're a little chump, they robbing you and they gonna take your snacks and shit. Like I done seen this shit done too many times. Where like you know those quiet kids or the kids that that don't bother nobody.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I remember I was coming out of this stairwell, and there was a kid that had a bag full of snacks in his hand, walking into the stairwell, and there was a whole bunch of dudes I walked past, but I knew all of them. Like I was cool with them, and I just came back to the stairwell. Like a couple minutes after that, I saw blood everywhere. The dude had like a titty on his head. Like
Yeah.
they took all his snacks. Like I mean, it's sad, but like that's just the culture, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's grimy. Like. I'm not gonna lie. I can firmly say I had to take some.
Oh, you done robbed some people?
No.
Oh.
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
Don't tell on
So
yourself.
I'm gonna tell you this. Like, I was always a good kid growing up.
Okay then.
I strictly did school and basketball. That's all I did. But my father raised me to not take shit from nobody. So
As
like,
you should.
and that's where all the respect came from. Cause like, I didn't take shit from anybody. I was a good kid. I got good grades, but like I'm not just gonna let you walk up on me and you feel me, do what you think you're gonna want to do. Like I put them hands on you.
Yeah.
That don't mean I'm gonna win every time, but you
Don't
gonna know I ain't
Yeah.
no bitch. Excuse my language, but
Most def.
No, absolutely, absolutely. Man.
yeah, and like
So what? When you were transitioning from middle school to high school, what was that? Was there friction in that? Like actually going into high school, not knowing that it's not gonna be High School Musical, and what was going through your head?
there was a little friction, and I was transitioning schools, trying to figure out where I'm gonna go, where I'm gonna have more friends at, and it was crazy because like I went to the school closest to my grandmother's house, and I really wanted to go to a school that was further because that was a really good school, and I felt like I was gonna know a lot of people there, and then like. When it happened, I ended up knowing more people at that school than the other one. So it was crazy how that worked out because like it was like the perfect world.
Yeah.
So like there wasn't like necessarily like because I already knew what I was getting into because that's when you just grow up in that environment like you're pretty much just transitioning and you know how it is. And because like I went to school with a whole bunch of drug dealers. I don't know if I went to school with any killers. I can't say that.
Yeah, you can't say.
Well,
that.
actually. Nah, that's some people I like. I went to school with some killers. I know some people that's locked up for some stuff.
yeah.
Now I think about it, but yeah, man, it was never like, a transition where you're like, oh my God, I'm about to go into high school. It was kind of, like yeah, let's go to high school, bro. We in high school now, like
Yeah.
let's go do stuff to these females that that's supposed to happen in high school. Had sex and all this stuff. So it was just like, it was never necessarily like, oh my God, I'm going to high school. Like
Mhm.
it was just like a like a smooth transition.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So did you do something in high school that more or less gave you a reputation? You know,
Basketball, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it probably was basketball. Like
yeah.
join,
Where you know
joining-
for a specific story, like a specific event, it was like, man, that's Slickboynae, man. That's that boy that dunked on that one boy and pushed him off. Yeah.
Nah, I was one of those kids in school that was cool with everybody. Like
Yeah.
I was cool with like the kids that was like like this. Like I was cool
Mhm.
with the nerds. I was cool with everybody because that's
Yeah.
I grew up in a house of unconditional love. So like
Yeah.
I saw everybody the same. I never saw like, oh, you dress this way, I can't hang with you because you dress weird. Like I just saw everybody the same. So like I was just one of those kids that was cool with everybody. I never really had a story or reputation, but I guess my reputation kind of came from basketball because I was a basketball player. But
Yeah.
like I never really had like at least from what I could think of, I've
Something
never had
that
a story.
stood out like crazy.
Yeah, I think
Artistically,
artistically, I think it's starting to stand out now because I'm a music artist.
Mhm.
But I was always like an artist. I could draw, I could paint,
Yeah.
I can, I could do a little graphic design. But like, I don't know. I never really had like a reputation in high school. Now that I think about it, I was just a hooper.
yeah. Just the
I-
cool.
I was the
cool.
GOAT, bro.
Yeah.
Now don't get this twisted. I'm not gonna sit here and cap on this interview. Okay,
Oh.
so let me clarify that. I'm gonna just throw this out there. I didn't get ball time my freshman, sophomore,
Mhm.
or junior year of high school. I didn't start playing ball and getting time until my senior year.
But you took off then. when you
I
did.
took off. I did. I could have went to college, but I was like, nah, the money ain't there. That's
Yeah.
too much commitment.
Oh no, I said the same thing too, brother. I know
Yeah.
that. I know that. I'm a hooper too. I am in the society of hoopers.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
You might have
Yeah,
to
I'm
play,
in.
bro.
I'm in the committee. We're gonna play
Hey.
while you down here now. We catch a little time. We're gonna play.
I might have to pull some old clips up on you so you can see
Oh
what
yeah.
I'm
Okay.
about, bro.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a study field before I go play with you. I'm a study
Yeah.
field.
Position
That-
you was playing?
Oh, he a point guard.
Point guard. Yeah,
Oh, he
I
a
was
point
playing,
guard.
but-
Point guard,
Go-
G-O-D.
Point guard.
G-O-D.
yeah. I know a point guard when I see one. But with the music, then when did that come into play? When was that an interest to you? Was it in middle school? Was it in high school? Was it something you were that was always a part of your life?
Two things. So yeah, it was a part of my life, but it came to me in high school. So how I grew up, I always grew up in the musical atmosphere. Like I grew up seeing my dad and my uncles like make music. They always had speakers blasting while I'm in my room because they record and stuff like that. So when I actually pursued it, like it came natural. You could tell I was rough around the edges, but you could tell the sound was there. It was just a matter of progression at that point. But I would say like 2017 is when I actually started taking it serious. Like we started from my boy bedroom. Like it was, bro. This is so. It sounds so like ironic, but this is really how it was. Like, we came to school one day, and he was just like, "Yo, I found this MacBook on the side of the road." I was like, "Bro, you found a MacBook on the side of the road." fam."
You
He's-
robbed somebody. Don't play with me, boy.
From Baltimore.
I was
dog.
I was like, for real, fam. He was like, yeah, bro. He was like, I make beats, and then I was like, bro, I rap, and then like he's like, all right, I just gotta get a couple more things from my studio set up, and then we can make some shit pop. So I was like, all right, bet. So I don't know if y'all know who Jordan Lucas is, but
Of course, I know who that boy is.
yeah. So he got this rap app called Telly. That's actually like where I started like taking
Yeah.
it serious from. Like
Okay.
I saw like the advertisement one day. I was laying in bed and I read the advertisement. It's pretty much like an app where it got these curated beats on there, and you could type your lyrics in there. And you could just rap off of it. I used to make little videos rapping off of it, and like my views started going up, and then like we started transitioning to my boy's bedroom, and then his bedroom started popping off. Like he started getting a couple people coming in there from the hood.
Yeah, yeah.
And y'all don't know if y'all know where Seacrest is at.
I done heard of Seacrest. I don't know.
It's on the other side of Gateway.
I heard of Seacrest.
It's like it's the
know
hood. It's the hood. I can't. Yeah. So you know, he started getting busy, and it was like, okay, I know this man probably making bread. I'm not gonna stop him from making bread. So I need to like figure out where I can keep making my music. So I don't know how we connected, but I had reached out to some dude named Physic that worked in Rare Monkey Studios in West Palm.
That's a hard name.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie to you.
yeah, it's some studio in West Palm, and somebody told me about him from school. I don't remember who it was, and it was just like, yo, hit him up. Like he recorded at the studio. He real good with his work, so I hit him up. I'm like, yo, like I'm trying to get in the studio. He took a video and he showed me like the studio. Shit was fire. I was like, damn, bro, where this shit at, bro? And like I remember the first time we went in there, my uncle came in there with me, and I blew dude away. He was just like, damn, bro. Fuck you been at?
Yeah. And he been making music, so if he's impressed, he's impressed.
Yeah,
right?
so it was kind of crazy how it happened, because like me and him we rekindled like a really strong bond, and like right before I left for the service, he was like, bro, I do not want you to leave, because at the rate you going, fam, you gonna blow up. And something told me to go to the service, so I did.
Yeah.
But I still feel like God is about to align me with those people that's gonna like take me to that platform, because at this point, because it was one of those things where it was like, all right, you just need one song that's going to take you there, bro, and you got it. Yeah. I already have those songs. I just need the right person to hear it at this point, and I could say that with confidence.
Yeah.
So to go back to your question, it started in high school. Like it started in high school, the end of my junior year. That's when it started.
Okay. That's high school in Baltimore, or is it?
Oh no.
Palm Beach?
Let me backtrack a little bit. It never started in Baltimore, because I just knew the people I was around. Like I was in a very hostile environment. Like
yeah, as you said, you wouldn't put it out.
Yeah, like because like I said, I didn't get ball time, you know, my freshman and sophomore year. So like I would get joked on a lot, you know, like picked on because I didn't get ball time. Like I remember I had the star is supposed to be team captain of the team. He's like, yo, you ain't never gonna be shit. You always gonna be a fucking bum. He told me this to my face, and he's supposed to be the team captain. It's supposed to be uplifting everybody. So I'm like,
yeah,
bro. I look this man in his face, and I'm like, bro, I'm gonna be somebody, and I'm gonna be nice one day. And if I ever play, I'm gonna fuck you up. That's exactly what I told him.
Yeah.
And it took me years to get to that point, but I did it. I actually got nice to where, you know, I played on the AAU team. I started playing, you know, D1, D2 prospects. Like I was good. Yeah. So just to see myself not let somebody say that I can't do something and then do it, like that just shows me that I could do anything. Yeah. Because I ain't never let nobody stop me. In that environment, because I really didn't have nobody. Like it felt like it was just me against everybody. And it's crazy. I was just talking to one of my close friends from back down there. He was like, bro, I remember all them times you went to basketball practice and you was always fucking up. You would go to the games and they would tell you would get in and you never got in, and you was just warming the bench the whole game.
Yeah.
Remember you going home, you was depressed, like you was just sad, bro. And he was like, I went through it too, bro. I think I can say I'm the only one that understood how you felt. Yeah. And it's crazy because I came down here and all my friends are genuine, like, and it's not to say that my friends in Baltimore wasn't genuine, but in high school, I was not around them. Mm-hmm. When I came down here in high school, I was around the friends that were genuine. So, like, when I started music, everybody was just showing love. Yeah. And the people I went to high school back in Baltimore, when I first started, they started hating on me. People would send me videos of people playing my old music, and they would, like, they would just be laughing at me. And it's funny because, like, now my shit's starting to pop off. Like, they starting to follow me back on Instagram, trying to hit me up.
It was all a joke, man. Slickboynae, we knew you was gonna make it, bro. Slick, you know how we do, bro. We go way back.
And it's crazy because, like, it's all love at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. I don't hold resentment towards nobody. I don't have enemies, bro. If somebody don't like me, they just got something, you know, inside themselves that they need to figure out. You know, and it's not to say that I'm just gonna let them come back in my life. Hell no, you know, you gonna show some love now because I'm about to be up, but you can stay all the way over there while I'm over here, you know, getting this money. You feel me?
Exactly.
And that's, you know, so like go back to what you were saying. It started down here. Like I didn't see myself starting it up there. Mm-hmm. because if you wasn't rapping like everybody up there, like they gonna make fun of you, especially when you first starting out. You're not that good, and it's crazy. Just a little insight for people that need the advice. Like when you first starting out music, everybody is not gonna just start out having it. Like there's very few people that can just start out and have it. And if you want to get better at music, you gotta consistently keep writing. If you stop, you will just plateau and you won't you won't get to where you want to go. And you kind of got to get delusional with the process. Cause like even when my shit was trash, bro, I swear I thought my shit was the hardest thing. I could show y'all my old music after this, bro. It's bad, but you know, in my mind, I thought that was the hardest thing out, and I actually believed that shit. Like I didn't let nobody tell me that it was trash. It was crazy. There wasn't one doubt in my mind, and that's just how I carried it. That's how
You
I
still
carried it.
got your old music out?
Yeah, it's on SoundCloud. It's on it's on SoundCloud. Like if you scroll through all the songs,
why not take it down?
So I'm not taking it down because I want people to see that journey. I want people to see the growth, and it's a process. Cause a lot of people that get that overnight success, bro, they spend millions of nights grinding just for it to happen overnight. And I'm another story. I feel like it's gonna happen to me soon. Like I've been having this feeling for like almost a year now. Something about to happen. I know it. And that's the crazy thing about it too, cause like the more I make music, it's just like another banger, it just gets better and better. That's what I tell everybody, because they like, damn, bro, like I got this shit on repeat, and I'm just only get better, bro.
Yeah.
Because this the whole thing, right? Music is an art. You can't just stop here. Like there's so much shit out there that you can make, like millions of ideas that could pop up. Like you see this whole rage wave with Playboy Cardi, Yeet, Trippie Redd, like that's art. You feel me? They started that. And now you got all these younger artists coming up that's doing the same thing. And who knows, it could be some hippie shit in the next fucking 10 years and somebody got that wave going and, you know, people liking it. Like, it's just the infinite amount of possibilities. So, like...
It's a lot of ways to tell the story. It's a lot of ways to express yourself.
Yeah.
It's art, you know, man. Like you said, it's art.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And music is just special. It's a special language that you know, transcends boundaries worldwide. Nation, you know, language, different languages. You know, we were talking about this, like we were listening to Michael Jackson, 50 Cent in Haiti, not knowing what they were saying, not knowing the language, but the rhythm, the beat, the message is still cross boundaries. So it's a very beautiful thing. So now for you, were you actually did somebody actually have to like show you the ropes? Were you writing? You know, how did art come to you? That expression, in what form did it come to you?
That's a good question. So I'm just the type of dude, man, to just like take constructive criticism from everybody, even the people that don't make sense. I still take the advice, because like you can take advice from everybody, man. And if you that arrogant and that self-centered to not take advice, you just letting the ego take over, and that's poison.
You choose not to grow.
Yeah, and I just took, you know, I would make songs, and I would just take advice from, you know, a lot of people, and you know I'm getting all advice from all these different types of people, and I kind of just put it together and ran with it, because I mean, a lot of stuff that people was telling me, it wasn't necessarily to like downgrade, because I guess they seen how serious I was, and like they was giving me genuine advice, you know what I mean? So like I wasn't just like making songs, like people was telling me these things. And the crazy thing was, like I had got like I had got some great advice from two people.
He says two. It's funny. He's from Baltimore.
Bro, I knew that shit was coming at some point, bro.
He's from Baltimore. He says two. That's just what they do in Baltimore.
I try to let it slide, but
They don't know about two over there. They know about two. That's
two, keep it true. Blue, you know, keep it cool.
Man, I'll never get over Baltimore, man.
Yeah, bro. I knew it was coming. I was just waiting on it. Everybody, all my friends say that shit now, bro. and it's funny because my accent changed. Like,
Yeah.
if you ever like listen to a Baltimore person talk, we talk very ignorant where I'm from.
Yeah.
It's very grimy. Okay, I'm gonna say this, and this probably gonna become a meme somewhere.
Hey.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
What the fuck it is, stupid? You stupid ass. How you doing, fam? Like, what's up with your dumb ass? Like, that's how we talk.
That's the wave over there. But who was
Scares me.
who we was interviewing? I think we was interviewing someone else in Baltimore. And no shade to Baltimore. I know y'all got a lot of killers over there, so please don't kill me. But I was letting them know. I was like, man, I don't think I could be afraid of somebody from Baltimore punking me if this is how they talk. Like, if you come up to me talking like that, I don't think I'll be scared or nothing. I'll probably give you my money anyway, but I'll probably almost laugh or something. I don't know.
That's crazy.
That down.
It's just the way y'all be talking though, but it's fire. It's fire. I wonder where that comes from. Like historically, is it like a sort of like, is it like a British influence?
That's what a lot of people say. I honestly don't know where that shit come from.
Yeah.
Like when that gotta go like way back. Like, but I don't know. We just talk like that. I don't know where it came from. Like
that's so interesting, dog. Like
I talk to my friends from back home, and I'm just like, damn, that's how I used to sound. That's crazy. Like that shit's strong, bro. Like,
it's dope though. It's dope. That's kind of crazy.
What high school did you went through when you come down here?
so when I first got down here in 2017, I went to Boynton Beach.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I also went to Lake Worth Christian.
Okay.
So if you come out of Boynton, then you make that right, you head down Gateway, and you make that left at the light. You go down that road. Lake Worth Christian is like, it's like right on the right, and it's like in the corner.
Yeah. What's going on? Oh, y'all tweaking.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh damn.
Yeah, we'll keep rolling. We got one.
Yeah,
we got
I'm
one
rolling.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right. So what was it like creating your first record? What was that first record that you created? Went to the studio, laid it down, like knew it was like the start of something great.
Yeah. I still remember that feeling, like first starting that shit. I was ready. I was ready for the moment, bro. Cause I mean, we was in my boy bedroom, man. Like it was so awesome. Like, but I just remember making a song though, and I was just in my zone, tank top, hot as shit in the summertime. You know, if you ain't got no AC in Florida, bro, you know how I get, bro. Yeah. And you know, we just in his bedroom, and back then, like we would go to his room with nothing written down. So like I would spend like hours writing. And actually the first song I made was on my boy beat. So we didn't go to YouTube. Me and him sat there and made the beat. Yeah. And then we sat there written it up. And he helped me write the lyrics. And I just started rapping it, you know, in the booth, and we played it back, and we was like, yo, damn, bro, that shit hard. Yeah. And it was just a domino effect, just knocking down tracks after tracks. But back to what
how'd you know which lane to go to though? Which lane did you start on? Like how'd you know? Okay, this is gonna be my first record. Should I make some for the ladies? Should I get to singing or like how'd you find? Because it is a process. It's a long process always of finding yourself in music. But to put yourself out there officially, that first song will kind of dictate what kind of artist you are. So, you know.
I think everybody that listens to me at this point know that I'm a rapper first before anything. Cause I can make fun tracks, but to go back to your question, I don't know. I guess it was the griminess from Baltimore in me to make a song like that first. Okay. Yeah. I don't think it was necessarily for the ladies. And at the time, I wasn't a singer. Mm-hmm. I didn't work on my vocals. I didn't know what singing was. You know, I was just trying to rap. Yeah. And, you know, singing, that came later once I transferred schools and got into a choir and learned how to harmonize. That's where, like, the melodic rap came from. Okay. But I think, you know, that process, though, just to show that I can rap. Because the song after that, I was just spitting. And it's not that good. But, you know, it's a process and you get better from it. But, yeah. One thing that my boy did tell me, though, he was just saying, because I tried It's crazy because I knew the music I grew up listening to. Like I grew up listening to like, you know, my father, he brought me up on like Nas, Biggie, Noriega,
Yeah.
who else? Fat Joe, you know, people like that. So like I didn't grow up. I grew up on like Jadakiss, you know, that grimy hip hop
Yeah.
shit. I never grew up on, you know,
The R&Bs and
I grew up on some R&B, but when that was just my father's side. When I was around
Yeah.
my grandmother, that's where like the R. Kelly and the whole
whoa,
pause.
whoa, whoa.
No, pause.
I mean,
Whoa.
let's be real.
Now R. Kelly's
Yeah.
fire.
I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna be honest. Like that dude fucked up. He a piece of shit for what he did. But the dude music is golden. We can't like.
Yeah, you can't never
discredit
take that away from.
You can't discredit that. Like the only reason I wouldn't listen to his music now is because like who is he talking about? That's the only reason I won't listen to it because
Yeah.
I'm just like, you singing and you talking about getting in the sheets, but like.
It matters.
Are you
yeah.
talking about somebody's child? Like
Yeah.
that's why I can't listen to it because that shit bothers me. But back to what you were saying though. Yeah, I also grew up on R&B. You know, R. Kelly, Michael Jackson. Like Michael Jackson, that came from my mother's side of the family, and
Yeah.
you know the R&B and stuff. But like the grimy hip hop, that came from my father.
Mm-hmm.
Like he brought me up on that stuff. So like when I started rapping, it's not necessarily I try to make the boom bap, but the griminess of the hip hop. That came out of me first because that's what I lean towards. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I consider myself an artist. I consider myself versatile now, but first starting out, I was just trying to rap. You know, throw bars out there and stuff. I was still trying to find my sound out a couple years ago. I recently just found my sound, and I don't know. The way I just talk to the beat now is just crazy. Like,
Yeah.
because when you find your sound, like you know how you supposed to rap, and when you not, when you trying to do too much, you like, all right, we got to roll this back a little bit.
You got a EP out, a recent EP.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that EP, it's called Autopilot. and
Autopilot, right? Yeah.
yeah, man, that process was fun. That making that EP
Yeah.
was fun. Like,
Those songs are fire on there too. You know.
Yeah.
And you got what 4 songs on there?
yeah,
Or 5?
I got 4. It's 4 in there.
4
I was
in
going to do 5, but I had to take a track out because it wasn't the vibes for the EP.
Yeah.
Because I try to keep it small because I remember like a couple months ago, probably like the beginning of this year, the end of last year. Actually, no, it was last summer, bro. I was about to drop a whole album.
Yeah.
Nobody really know who the fuck I am, and like, and my boy was because my boy, he like my mentor, the one that do my cover art. He was like, bro, you about to
Right.
drop this album with 10 tracks. Nobody really know you. You about to waste your time, and these tracks gonna go unnoticed, bro. You might as well just drop consistent EPs and get people to listen to these small tracks because people is more substance in 4 tracks when nobody knows you because more people are more likely to listen to it, and it made so much sense, and like
Yeah.
that's how I've gained so many fans from dropping EPs. And he was just like, bro, just look at Brent, how Brent Fires do it. Like, look at all the EPs he used to drop. And I was just like, bro, that's a money ass idea.
Yeah.
And I ran with it. And like every time I drop an EP, like the streams go up more and more every single time. Cause it's like I'm dropping 4 tracks, 5 tracks at a time. And it's like, oh my God, what's next?
Yeah.
What's next? Like, what are you gonna do next? You know what I mean?
Yeah. You have to keep things as minimal and with quality as possible. And that's just the age and time we live in. That's with everything. You know, when you're dropping videos, no one wants to sit through and watch, 30 minutes of something anymore. They want to see like 3 minutes of it. So it's the same concept with albums. Unless you're really up there and you have millions of fans, and even when you're that big, I feel like just a few fans, a few percentage will actually listen to an album and actually like take everything in.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And actually get a message out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good advice from your boy for sure, man. And I try to tell artists that too. Like, if you're gonna drop an album with 16, 20 songs and you are under, you are up and coming artist, you don't have a big following, you might be wasting a lot of time and energy.
And it's crazy too, man. Like I know a lot of artists around here. I literally try to talk to people, and it's not just me. I'm not trying to be arrogant. I'm not trying to be ignorant. I'm just being genuine. I'm just being honest. Cause I'm an honest man, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to your face. I'm gonna tell you straight up. Cause if you can't handle the truth, then you need to figure that shit out inside yourself first. And I be telling people like, I'm just. It's not even an ego thing. I just be thinking like, bro, I got more bars than you, and I don't even drop an album, and you don't have no substance behind your music. You don't have no fans. Why are you sitting here trying to drop like 10, 15 tracks? Like nobody's playing that shit, bro. And I don't say it like that. It's more so like, okay, all right, bro. I think you should drop, EPs instead of an album, because you could be hard, but if nobody know who you are, that shit don't matter.
But they're gonna receive that as hate. Though.
Yeah.
That's just the generation we live in, and you like you're in the military, so you're accustomed to the culture of like in the military, motherfuckers could just tell you like, hey, don't do that shit, and you don't take it personally. You can just talk to each other in a straightforward manner.
Yeah.
But here on this, when you're talking to I ain't wanna use the word. We be disrespectful with civilians.
That's crazy.
Yeah, when you talking to these civilians, now I'm playing. You talking to civilians, but it's different. Like hate is people throw that word around, and like you said, it's good when you're able to take criticism, and it doesn't mean you have to listen to everybody, but you just take people's opinions for what it is.
Yeah, like I take opinions from everybody, like, cause I give the people that don't make sense, for example, like I would sit there and I won't say a word, like I always shut my mouth and hear what somebody got to say first, because like if you try to overstep somebody, you might miss the most important information that they could have told you, and that person, you just could have wasted your time with that person.
Yeah.
And I always had my mouth closed. I always got my ears open, man. And that's how I've been progressing as an artist, bro. Like, cause the first thing I do is like, bro, I send my tracks out to my boys, and I'm like, yo, what y'all think about this? And they tell me what they think should be changed. Now, sometimes it's always not like you got to take the advice, cause sometimes you just gotta go with what you think for what's best for you at the, depending on what the situation is. But like, just taking that criticism, it will get you so far with anything you do.
Yeah.
Business owner, rapper, anything you do, because like you learn it from people that's looking at it from a different perspective.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like the greatest advice one of our boys told me, he said, because he was just like, bro, anytime you make a song, sleep on it. Think it's trash. And I remember how I used to make tracks, bro. I used to do verses and bridges and hooks in like one take without breathing. I don't know how I did it, bro, but I would do it without breathing. And he was like, bro, just sleep on your tracks and watch what happens. And I guarantee it's going to make stuff so much better.
Sleep on your tracks. What do you mean by that?
So when I say sleep on your tracks, like you gotta think that shit is trash, bro. Like it could be the hardest track. You could spend weeks on this, months. You gotta sit there and think that shit trash and find what's wrong with it. Because when you find things that's wrong with it, like you finding the stuff that you need to get out, that makes a big part of the track.
Yeah.
And I've done that shit so many times, and that's why I've had so many successful singles and projects, because I spend so much time sleeping on tracks. And I'm talking about, I record a verse, it could be hard as shit, and I'm sitting there listening, and then if it's one thing that bothers me, I'm taking it out and I'm redoing it.
Yeah.
Because
you
like
gotta be your biggest
people listen to them small fuck ups. And
Yeah.
if you pretend like it's not there, like it's just gonna mess up the whole song.
Well, yeah. I like to think it's good to be a perfectionist with what you love.
Yeah.
If it's something you are passionate about and you want to be at the top, I think you got to think of ways every day to separate yourself from everybody else. Yeah, man. And I love that work ethic. I'm sure comes from being a baller too. Just
I think honestly, I can say the military has helped me out a lot too. Like, because I was always a hard worker. I guess you could say it did come from playing basketball, but the military has showed me how much stuff you can get done in a short amount of time. Because I was really big on procrastinating with schoolwork. in high school,
Mhm.
and that's because music came into play. And like, I'm not trying to sit and do these essays. I'm trying to make this song, bro. I don't care about this essay,
Yeah.
and that's why I really pushed away school because
Discipline.
it was getting away from music. So like I remember doing 2 months in basic training, and then you know how that go,
Mhm.
and it was so crazy because like it felt like I was there for a whole year. I can't even make this up because we
Yeah.
was doing stuff every
Every day.
single
And then you
day.
wake up early as hell.
You wake up early. So
Yeah.
look,
So
you
a
know
day
the
is a
talk.
long day. Yeah.
You wake up 5 a.m. sometimes 3 to 4 a.m. and you wouldn't get off until like 6 p.m. 7 p.m. and then wake up and do the same thing all over again
Yeah.
for 2 months straight. Imagine doing that for 2 months straight, and then you finally graduate, bro. It feels like you've been there for a year.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, that's insane.
Yeah.
I was playing with my time in high school. That's what I told myself when I graduated. I was like,
Yeah.
from now on, I will no longer do that. I will only take rest when I need it, and I'm going to always work. I'm going to just be a workhorse. And from that point on, bro, I was just a workhorse. I sacrifice. I don't go out and do parties. I spend my weekends in my place making music.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's art. It's
Yeah.
art. And it's funny how I make it too, because like I don't I don't have everybody in the room listening, bro. I have all the lights off. I have my red LED lights on with candles lit, and I'm in there just going crazy.
Yeah.
Just on
Yeah,
my
you
phone.
probably more introverted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I could break that shell though. Cause I don't know. I guess it's because I never really been in the studio where it was a whole bunch of people. Well, the only time I was in the studio when there was a whole bunch of people was when I already had the song written down, and all I had to do was lay it down. Everybody in there like, ooh, but like I never sat writing a song with a whole bunch of people. I think
Yeah.
I could do it, but I don't know. It's just something about like turning all them lights off and just having like a screen in my face with notes just to write.
Yeah, locked in.
Yeah,
Locked in
just straight
your
locked
head,
in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I'd enjoy that more too if I was making art, music.
yeah,
Just being in your head, and like, because you want to put out the most. I don't know. I know for me, like, I would want to put out like the best version of what I want to put out. Like,
yeah,
I want all the right placements, all the right words, and I think you gotta really lock in for that. Like, I know some people, like you said, some people actually do go to the studio and like they gotta have everybody with them. Like, I think Lil Durk moved like that.
yeah.
Like, he be having all his homies there. And
Some people just got it like that.
Yeah.
Some people, like for example, Juice World.
Yeah, he crazy with it.
Bro, I heard he could go into the booth
Yeah,
and with nothing written up and could just make a whole track and it'll hit Billboard Top 100. I'm like, that's crazy.
yeah.
Bro.
That boy proved it online. He did like an hour freestyle with this this British Radiohead. I forget.
Oh,
his name.
I know exactly who you're talking about. It's like from the UK.
Yeah,
Yeah, I seen that.
he
That's
was in
crazy.
there for like an hour, bro. Like
Yeah.
like
It's
beat
freestyling.
after beat, freestyle off the
Yeah.
head. Like no mess ups either. No, like just keep going.
Just going crazy.
Juice was
I gotta
special.
go see that one.
Juice was definitely a special one.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite artist out?
my
you have
favorite
one?
artist? It's a lot of people. It's the artist that a lot of people hate. It's Drake.
Is Drake?
It's Drake.
A lot of people love him too, though. A lot of people love him.
So my top three is Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and J. Cole. Like I love Yeet, I love Lil Uzi, but like my top three are them.
Mhm.
I don't consider myself sounding like any of them. I sound like myself. I try
Yeah.
to be authentic, but that's where my influences come from. But yeah, man, I don't know how people hate on that man, bro. Like,
I think you should admire those artists, no matter who you are. Never mind their music,
yeah,
just their longevity in the game. If you're an artist and you see like Drake, Cole, and Kendrick, they've been in the game for a minute. They're still having. I don't think they hit the 10. Well, they definitely hit 10-year marks, but they
Yeah.
ain't been there as long as some other folks. But they're gonna continue to be at the top for a very long time.
yeah,
And there's a formula to that,
yeah, and it's not even just them as an artist. Like I look at these people as, people without all of the materialistic things. And it's not saying like I hang out with these dudes on the weekend.
Yeah.
It's just like podcasts I listen to. Just listen to how they talk, how they portray themselves, and like, bro, Drake is a real down to earth guy, man. Like he's not one of those people that'll get famous and then like just don't talk to me. Don't talk to me unless you got a Richard Mille, or don't talk to me unless you got an AP. Like, bro, dude, cool. Like, and I think I read a quote from him, and I think it said something about like, don't ever let the success get to your head, and don't let the failure get to your heart. And that stood out to me so much because like I always told myself, whenever I get to that platform, I'm gonna still be the same person. Yeah. The only thing that's gonna change is the money in my pocket and my mentality towards how I work. But I would never get around my people and act a certain way. I'm gonna still be the same person. That's what I told myself. Yeah.
No, absolutely, man. Absolutely. You could tell Drake is real humble because the man is the most famous artist, arguably the most famous artist in the world. And he follows over 2,000 people. And that, you know, like not like that like matters a lot, like people's following and followers, but you see a lot of people out there that you know, Drake follows like average as like not like, you know, just in general like average people.
Yeah.
Who, you know, and I noticed that about him, and I was like, you know, he's a pretty humble, like down to earth cat, you know. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why him and Jack Harlow get along so well.
That's why we be
Jack
saying
is humble too.
Money don't really change the person. Really, it enhance who you really are.
Right.
I mean, if you was a dickhead from the beginning, you get some money, you're still gonna be a dickhead.
Right.
He's gonna be a bigger dickhead, a dickhead with money.
Yeah.
If you was a nice guy, you're gonna be an even nicer guy with money.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, absolutely, man. But that's good, man. That's good. What we got going on with new music though? Yeah. I heard from a Bluebird, and I ain't talking about Twitter, that you had some up and coming music.
Yeah, man. So, full disclosure, I might as well just say I got this project called Invigor that I plan on dropping at some point. Invigor. It pretty much means like excitement, hype. Okay. You know, to be very vibrant. So with that being said, I was planning on dropping a project with, you know, a lot of vibrant energy to it, you know, stuff that gets you excited, lit, hype, you know, stuff like that. Because like I can rap, but I also can make like this new wave shit. Like that I do that shit for fun. I think it's fun, like honestly. But yeah, I was planning on dropping a EP like that.
What kind of vibes we on? Like we talking about like on some rock star stuff, or we talking about like
it's like I would say it's like Playboy Cardi, Yeet.
Okay.
Just me as an artist, but those influences, you know what I mean? Kind of like put those together.
Those energies.
Yeah.
Nah, that's up.
Yeah, I got a lot of new music coming, bro. Yeah. It's just all about timing and a matter of how I plan it out. So like that project's not gonna drop for a while. I'm probably not gonna drop that until next summer, honestly, because sometimes like I don't know if it's the same for other artists, but you just gotta feel when it's necessary to drop something. Like that track I made, I don't know if y'all heard the Hop Out off of the EP I made that I just dropped on Autopilot.
Did we hear Hop Out? I didn't listen. I don't really pay attention to the name. I probably didn't pay attention to the name, but I listen to every song on that EP.
Yeah, so bro, I made that song like last summer, and I just now dropped it, like on the 1st. Like sometimes
it just fit that EP for you, or you just pulled it out because it kind of like went along with the idea you had for it, or why did it come out now?
I don't know. Like so it's kind of scary because I have like this thing where like I got a strong intuition, like a mother's intuition. I have that shit. So like I just felt like it was time to drop it, honestly. And plus the track wasn't finished. I just finished the track a couple months ago.
Okay.
So because I was supposed to have Rico the Killer on there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Rico's one of them ones too. I like his music.
Honestly,
too.
Bro, he's probably the only one I can say that out of the people I know besides Brandon Lee. I don't know if y'all know him, but them two, they probably the only people I know besides Juice WRLD, personally, that I know that can just go in the booth and make a whole song without writing shit. That's crazy because I'm a writer. Yeah. I cannot go in the booth and go bar for bar. The only time I could do that if the beat's speaking to my soul, that's the only time I can do it.
We're gonna put a beat on right now. See what happens.
That's the only time I could do that. But other than that, like I can't just go in the booth on a normal beat and just make a whole banger. Rico the Killer, Brandon Lee, like shout out to them boys because like the songs they got that I listen to, I'm like, damn, bro, like you wrote that. Nah, bro, I just went to booth bar for bar. Damn, bro, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Like, I wish.
Rico's it's kind of funny with him because he's like, I interviewed Rico and on the interview, like,
I saw it.
he's so like,
Introvert, bro.
he's so like, he's so like one word, 2 words with it.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? I'm calling you out, Rico. But
Yeah, we calling you out, my boy.
but and in the music though, he's like
Sounds
Energy.
different.
energetic,
energy
bro.
is
He got
crazy.
some like he's on some Playboy shit.
Maybe those ones.
Yeah, and his music is fire. You know, I posted it
Yeah.
on TikTok and people were feeling it. Yeah, shout out Rico the Quilla, man. I hope he's
Shout
doing
out
good
Rico.
things.
Yeah. We actually supposed to link up for a studio session the next couple of days. We supposed to be collabing, making another song. We got some stuff in the vault too.
Yeah.
Yeah, some nice tracks.
What's good? What's that? I don't know how to pronounce that the Baltimore way, but GOUD. What's that?
So that acronym stands for Generation of Underdogs. That's a group that Rico the Killer.
Oh, that's
made.
Rico the Quilla. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he made that group, and right now we got it's 3 artists. It's me, him, and another guy. And then we got a dude that's trying to start to shoot music videos, and he also has a clothing brand, but it's mainly clothing brand. And then we got a producer, and then we got somebody that'll like curate and like run the page and stuff. I don't know. I guess it's like a little group we trying to create. We trying to run with it. You know, I told him like once I come home, like I'm trying to travel all over Florida doing shows, and I'm trying to have that shit on lock.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't sound like nobody, so like my shit hard, and I don't sound like nobody. Like that's
You're gonna rock with it.
that's 2 and 2 right there. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, but that's what it is. It's just the group that he started. We try and run with it.
Yeah, man.
We don't really got plans right now. At least from what they told me, because I think I can say I was the one making the plans per se. But yeah, it's just like a work in progress right now.
Generation of Underdogs. I mess with it, man.
Yeah,
Look at that. How many of you guys are there again? It's like a
3 right now, you said? 3 of you are in the group? The generation
Generation of Underdogs. How
Yeah.
many of you guys are on there?
I think it's like 5 or 6. It's me, Trap, Fleet, Rico, Kevin, and I think that's it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure and Cuban. Cuban is the producer, so it's 6 of us.
Cuban.
Cuban, yeah, that's his name.
What's his name again?
Cuban. Dude, that shit, you and your man. Bro, I was like, what? I didn't even realize it at first.
Damn, boy. I gotta go to Baltimore for 2 years or so. I'm
He could be laughing at people's faces and shit.
These interviews would be a lot more interesting if I could talk like that. I'll just be asking interesting questions all interview.
Bruh, I'm telling you, all my friends back home sound just like me, bruh. But that accent is like much more stronger, much more stronger.
Yeah, around it.
Let's do something. Let's do a fire. Let's do a fire round for the folks, especially for people who really trying to understand things that are irrelevant to your artistry. What was the first tattoo you got? I see a bunch of tattoos.
It was my mom's name. It was this one. I don't know if they can see that on the camera, but it was this one. I had to get my mom name because
that's how you don't get in trouble, huh? You gotta get your mama's name first.
she just I don't know. I look just like her. Like if I show you a picture of my mom, like it'll be crazy. Y'all probably if I already exposed it, but a lot of people thought it was me with long hair when they saw the picture of my mom. That's how much we look alike. That's crazy. And I don't know, bro. Like she just been there for so long, and like she mean a lot to me. Like, cause she's in here, so like I felt like it was only right to get her right there. So that's why I got this name first. Yeah. And then the second tattoo I got was this one.
Okay, what's that say right there? M-I.
So they definitely ain't gonna be able to see.
Yeah, they ain't gonna be able to see that.
But it says Zone 13 Nay.
Okay.
So pretty much how in Baltimore, like this is part of culture. And this is just like the city kids. This is how we do it. So like, depending on your zip code, the last 2 of your zip code where you from, that's considered your zone. So if you like 21215, your zone is zone 15. So my grandmother's zip code was 21213. So I was considered zone 13. And that's what made me get that, because this is where I grew up from.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's hard. So now when you in a particular zone, does that like are you automatically categorized as a sort of gang or a sort of kind of affiliation? It's like, where you from there? Are you from there? You know how that
Yeah,
goes?
yeah. It's kind of like that, but I wouldn't say a gang, cause like
Yeah.
we ain't jumping nobody in.
Yeah,
That's,
yeah,
you know,
not
you just
really a
grew up on
gang.
this block,
Yeah.
you know, but it's not necessarily like a gang, but I would say like it's more of like the area you grew up in,
Yeah.
cause they, you know, people can tell when you're not from a certain area, because you know you walking down the street and they never seen your face before,
Exactly,
you know,
yeah.
and they like, nigga, who the fuck is you? And you
Yeah.
know what you got in your pocket, and
Yeah.
and it just leads to another thing. Like
Yeah.
that's what I can say about living up there. Like you ain't walking through nobody's hood while everybody on the block chilling, just you know, like carefree. No, they gonna see what's up with you. They gonna press you.
Yeah, most def. What was the roughest situation you been in personally, or were you kind of?
I actually got robbed before a couple years ago. It was my freshman year in high school, and you know I was walking down the street, and this wasn't in my hood. This was like on the other side of town because I was going to my stepmom's house, and she lived in a different area than my grandmother did where I grew up. And you know I got off the bus. It was so crazy how this shit happened because I manifested the wrong shit that day. It was so fucked up because I called my dad. I got home from school because I wanted him to pick me up. I wasn't trying to catch the bus, and he was like, "Nah, you gonna have to take the bus today. Like we can't pick you up. Like we got shit going on." I'm like, one of these days I'm gonna get robbed because y'all ain't picking me up.
Yeah.
Bro, I got off the bus. I walked down the road, and there's like this bus stop on the side, like another bus stop. And normally there's a whole bunch of dudes on the bus stop. I would walk down the street with my earphones past these dudes. They would never do anything to me. Ironically, I walked down the same street past that same bus stop. Nobody's on the bus stop. A whole bunch of dudes just sitting on the steps on the opposite side of the street in front of these apartments.
Yeah.
And I had an eerie feeling walking past them, and I was just like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
So I walked past, and like I had pulled my phone out. I had my phone off, and I was just looking at the black screen, like looking behind me like this. And bro, these dudes was walking. They was walking behind me, like in the middle of the street. This is how I knew they was about to rob me, because they was walking all in the street and shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck. And the crazy thing was, I ain't had my shoes tied, and I felt like if I would have ran, I would have made it worse.
Yeah.
So I was like, bro, fuck it, dog.
You was gonna have to take one on the chin.
Bro, let me tell you what this man said when he walked up on me, bro. So I'm walking. I'm scared as shit too. I had a gold chain on. I had a nice belt. I had some nice shoes. I had a tank top on, like a phone and everything. And he walked up on me. He asked me if I know this person, and I'm like, yeah. I'm just thinking like, bro, just fucking rob me, bro. Like, you asking me if I know this person, making it all obvious and awkward and shit. So he asked me if I knew this person, and I was like, yeah. He was like, oh, all right. And this is like 5 dudes, just me. And freshman in high school, I'm like 120 pounds soaking wet. So I'm like scrawny as fuck. And, you know, they asked me that question. Then they got quiet, and they just all walking around me not saying nothing. And they was like, let me get that phone, bro. Give me your phone, bro. Like, let me get that phone. And I'm like, damn, bro. Like, that's crazy, bro. Like, y'all about to beat the shit out of me over a phone. And he was like, bro, give me that phone. And then he was telling this boy, he was like, no, don't beat the shit out of him. Don't beat the shit out of him. So, like, I just gave him the phone. I thought they was going to take my belt, my chain. They didn't take it. They just wanted the phone. But if I would have resisted, they probably would have fucked me up. And then, so I gave him the phone, and he was like, if you tell somebody, I'm going to shoot you. And I think one of his boys had a gun on him. So, bruh, I'm a freshman in high school. I'm scared as shit. I'm like, bruh, what the fuck? Yeah. So I go home. I'm like soaking in tears, snotty nose running. I'm crying and shit. And my father, he a street dude, bro. Like he grew up in the streets. So like he was in that shit. So he already like, bruh, I came home that day, bruh. He was like, what the fuck? Where they at? Bro, he was so, bro. I never seen my father so mad in my life. He scared the shit out of me, and I was already scared. Yeah. That just made me even more scared. Yeah. I was like, bro, he was like, don't say nothing, bro. He said they got guns. He was like, I don't give a fuck. We got guns too. He was like, let's fucking go. Where they at? So we fucking left that day. We get in the car and we leave. We drive by the parking lot where they always hang out at. We drive to the parking lot. He like, which one of them? Which one of them is it? He's like, is it him? Is it him? And I'm like, nah. Bro, I don't know what it is, but I never saw them dudes after that day, bro.
They probably ain't from around there.
They probably wasn't. I don't know where them dudes was from, but I never saw them. And 2 weeks after that, I got a phone. But that's the whole thing about playing chess, not checkers. Yeah. Trying to prove a point is only gonna get you hurt. Yeah, and I see a lot of young dudes doing that. I'll put my little cousin as an example for this.
this is a kid that grew up in the hood, and his story need to be told because people need to hear it because a lot of people like this. But he grew up in the hood. He grew up in the same environment I'm in, the same city and everything. I shipped off to the service, and he was supposed to move down here with my aunt and uncle, take my spot so he could have a better life. He chose to stay down there because of his friends. And this is why I told y'all about the crabs in the bucket mentality. He chose to stay for his friends when his friends had nothing going for him. And, he was getting picked on by somebody, so one of his friends gave him a gun. And he took that gun and shot the dude one day, and he thought that he killed the dude. Well, I don't know if he killed him or not, but he couldn't live with himself for it. So, like, he took his own life because he couldn't live with the fact that he almost took somebody else's life. Mm-hmm. And I'm just saying that for the young people, man, because, like, that's why I'm telling y'all, bro, stay true to yourself and stop trying to act hood. It's different. It's a different culture. Just be yourself, and it's not something that you want to be or should want to be because, like, a lot of people are not a fan of it. The people that grew up in it, that's just the sake of their circumstance, but, like, you shouldn't want to be ignorant. You shouldn't want to be a bad, ignorant person and treat women a certain way because you want to be cool. It's not. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy because that's how social media is. Social media, it literally personifies all of that. Mm-hmm. It personifies ignorance. And it's so crazy because as an artist, I need social media, but I just know what kind of stuff is promoted on social media, and I'm just kind of like, bro, I don't even want to be on this shit, man. Like, I'm tired of seeing all this stupid shit. Yeah. But I kind of have to be on it for music. So, like, that's the bind. But
yeah,
that's the culture. But yeah, that was my experience, bro. That was like the craziest experience I had. Yeah. Besides almost dying in the service, but yeah, bro, that was the wildest one, or one of them. I got so many stories, bro, from the hood, bro.
Yeah. Every day's a new story. Yeah. Near. But yeah, man, that's the culture. What do you think when you saw when Kendrick Lamar dropped that music video for it, the Heart
Part 5?
What was your perspective on that? Because he kind of spoke to. I bring that up because he kind of spoke to the same conversation that we're having regarding, especially the social media culture where the same negative acts will get you all the attention that you're seeking for.
Yeah, that music video was powerful. I thought that was gonna be on the album, but
it ended up being on it. It wasn't originally, but it looked like he put it on it afterwards.
I don't think he did put it on there. I don't think so.
Yeah, I saw an update of the album where it's actually on there now. Originally, it wasn't.
Oh, it's on there now?
I think it's on there now.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn. I only watched it twice, and when I watched it, it was kind of like background music. The first time I watched it, I actually, sat through it. The second time it was background music, so I can't really give too much insight on what I thought about it. But from what I did see, it seemed like he was speaking to a lot of people on some sensitive subjects about, the social media culture and just the stuff that's been going on with, influences like Nipsey Hussle and a whole bunch of other people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's powerful. Like
I
gotta sit back and listen to it again, cause I like to have the phone pad up with the lyrics so I can see this. Cause bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Yeah, I'm allowed to go over your head.
Some shit be going on in my head, bro, and I gotta like. I give you an example. When Drake said this, he said, and I just found this out like maybe a year ago, a year or two ago, and this is from like his first album. Yeah. He said, "Wise words from a decent man." Back when I was trying to put a ring on Alicia's hand, Lost Boy got fly without Peter Pan, but my delivery just got me buzzing like the Pizza Man. At the time, bro, I ain't know what that shit meant, and then I know what it mean now, and I was like, damn, bro, that shit hard, fam.
Yeah, that boy goated for that.
And Kendrick's just a whole nother level, bro. Like his rhyme, if you just look at his rhyme scheme, like. He make this syllable match with a syllable that's like 3 syllables down. I'm like, damn, bro. Like, that's, I don't know.
Kendrick have you thinking too much. I mean, I wouldn't say too much, but you actually have to, like, really
conscious mind.
Like, dissect his shit. I think J. Cole's just as conscious, but he's more simplistic. Like, J. Cole would say much more simplistic. Yeah, like, more literal, whereas Kendrick Lamar will say the same thing, but like in the third power. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, he makes it much more subliminal
inside out. Mhm.
for you to decrypt it and figure it out. Sometimes it's obvious, like the music video with Nipsey Hussle and this person and this person, but most of the time it's like, damn, let me just like let me go look this shit up real
Look
quick.
this
What do you mean by
word up.
that?
Yeah.
And it's people out there that do that. Like there's people out there that got a big following for dissecting his music.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. All right. So is there an EP coming out or what's out next?
I think the next project that's probably gonna come up is a volume two of my first EP, which was Dreaming.
Mhm.
If you haven't heard that, go stream that. It's nothing but pain music that you need to hear if you're going through something. And it's just something that that would speak to you if you felt pain in your life before.
Mhm.
But
no release dates for Invigor as of now.
Nah, not no release dates as of right now. I'm kind of just like, trying to get my ducks in a row with certain things. I'm currently still making music, trying to put my catalog together and put more stuff together. So I'm kind of just still working on projects and stuff. So I don't have anything coming out right now, but I definitely just dropped an EP 4 days ago, Autopilot.
Autopilot, yeah.
If you haven't heard that, go check that out. It's vibes, bro. It's fire.
Yeah, that's hot. That's hot right now. Autopilot is out
Yeah.
now, and that's on all platforms.
All platforms. I still got to put it out on YouTube, but I'm gonna get it out on YouTube at some point within this weekend or this week. But if you got Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, or Amazon Music, any other platforms like that, it's out there. You should go stream it. It's fire. It got substance. And I'm not gonna sit here and tell you to say that. I'm not gonna say that to say that like it's trash. Like it's actually fire. So go check it out.
Are you producing right now as well?
Yeah. So
I see some beats on your YouTube.
yeah. So give me a second.
Yeah, go for it.
So I am trying to become my own producer. I made a couple tracks with my own beats. That's an art. That's a process right there.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so much you can do with that in that field. And I'm just learning and growing.
Okay.
So I am my own producer, but at the same time, I'm still going to YouTube to buy beats because of how I feel and how I want to get the track out. But yeah, I can say I am my own producer right now. I have tracks that I made on my own beats that's actually like fire.
Yeah.
That I plan on having on upcoming projects.
Yeah, man. Nah, man, you definitely got a whole package as an artist. Obviously it's something you continuing to work and get better in. But I love already just the fact that your music comes with intention. There's an intention to everything you put out, even with just music videos like Lost Boy and just the message you try to relay with everything you do. I think that makes you like a true, very much a true artist, very much like in the Joyner Lucases of
That's
of
where a lot
hip-hop.
of
Yeah.
not to mean to cut you off.
No, go for it.
That's where a lot of the influence came from. Like, he's not my top 5, but he's definitely an artist I look up to when it comes to music videos. Cause like that man different. He has his creativity is on a whole nother level.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I don't know if y'all seen I'm Sorry, the music video I'm Sorry.
I don't think I've seen. I'm sorry.
It's a
I've seen lot
suicidal
of his
awareness
stuff.
video. Suicidal awareness. If you haven't seen it, bro, I advise you go check it out.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if you don't cry. Like, it's
No, but
crazy.
He's like that. He's like that.
He's like that, bro.
I saw what's I think what's his name? Royce Capiccioni, I think his name
Ross
was.
Capioni, yeah.
Capioni.
Yeah.
That was for a minute. That was like one of my first introductions to Joyner Lucas.
Yeah.
And the way he told that story from two different perspectives. It was
Crazy.
It was just something crazy.
It's crazy.
I've never seen before. But he's always
First person
doing it.
with the camera, I'm like,
Yeah, but I'm like, that's
how do you
different.
like
Beef
think?
with it.
How do you
That's
come up with that? Like,
And then he's having the conversations in rap, so it's like,
and it fitted so well with the introduction, the lyrics, the acting, like it all fit together so perfectly. It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause if you watch it, it's like watching a movie. It's like, damn.
Rap should give you goosebumps. You know, I think that's one of those. That's one of those tracks where it definitely gave me goosebumps. I used to listen to he used to do it for me too back in the day. Hobson used to have some songs.
Hobson, yeah.
Hobson, yeah. You know, a lot of artists are like that, but I think you definitely one of those artists. You know, just because of your intention, it's gonna be exciting to see just where your creativity, just how far it could go in the near future, man. So yeah, man. In closing though, because we do gotta close.
Yeah.
What's your message to the youth, man?
My message to the youth, stay true to yourself, man. Like if you a nice person, continue being a nice genuine person. Don't try to be ignorant. Don't try it. Cause I'm telling you, the fakes get extorted. The fakes get extorted. I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
And you don't want to get embarrassed like that, because it'll only dig yourself in a deeper hole. Depression, suicide. You don't want that. Being true to yourself is probably the best advice I can give to anybody. And to also use your time wisely and don't take your time for granted. So take life as it comes, but don't take time for granted.
Hell yeah. Y'all heard that. I hope y'all heard that. You know, and we just talked about that last time. Your time is everything. You're young. There's so many opportunities out here. There's so many things going on. You know, all these young boys be on Forex, and they they got the financial game on lock out here. All these young boys be on Forex. They all be trading, and they all be, you know, influencing and getting to that money, man. So right now is the time to start.
Yeah, man.
I got Slickboynae with me.
Yeah, man. I'm blessed to be here. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you, man, stopping by.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. You got anything to say to Slickboynae before we go out?
Nah, I'm good. Like he said, stay true to yourself, and if you do not know yourself, man, find out, learn about yourself, learn what you like, you know, the whole 9 yards.
The whole 9 yards.
Yeah, man. Life is a journey, bro. Like you never gonna reach a point where you just find yourself. Like you got to continue to find yourself. You got to continue to grow.
Yeah.
Never get complacent. Always grow. Life is beautiful, bro.
Yeah, I call it killing yourself. It's not a good analogy, but you gotta be a new person. You gotta reborn. You got so many.
You gotta die. You gotta die
and reborn again. You know, never mind one birthday. I got a birthday every day. It's a birthday. You know.
Well, I was yesterday. I'm not that person today.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Hey, man, Slickboynae, Deluxe Vlog, Jerry Novato, shout out Stars International. We're out.
Yes, sir.
We call ourselves City, but we global. And everybody that has a voice is allowed to be vocal.